vault. She's already got the world lead of that 4.76. She actually holds a meeting record jointly with Sandy Morris at 4.81. This is her second attempt at 4.81. Apologies, that meeting record 4.84. The bar still at 4.81. And very nice work there for Katie Moon. I love the passion that comes out with every clearance. So many brilliant attempts here in Doha.
The Moon is, I thought it was upside down on the back there, it's not. Yeah, you know, we said earlier on, she's the form athlete in the pole vault at the moment, and although Sandy Morris threatened early in this competition here, it's Katie Moon who comes out on top there with a very nice clearance.
Yanis Perez Hernandez next to go then, the Cuban. Only 21, she's a 14.80 jumper. That was earlier on this season, in fact, earlier on this month, just a week or so back by the Cuban. Fourth at the World Championships last year, and that looks pretty useful. Have the Cubans unearthed yet another horizontal jump superstar here. Good on the board, they're giving away very few centimetres, but it's incredibly demanding, technically really, really tough event to keep control of. And that from Perez Hernandez. She opened with 14.08, a round two effort, 14.84 and 14.84 from Perez Hernandez. That's the longest jump in the world this year. Superb.
Well, Rojas and Iapichino, who's been in great form. The Italians will be hoping she can produce something special tonight. The youngster, her mum Fiona May, her dad, Italian pole vaulter, great talent in the family, and she is fulfilling all of that talent, particularly this last couple of years. So early on in the long jump, just setting her stall out. This looks pretty good, doesn't it? And she knows there's so much expectation. Comes from town, just a few miles to the northeast of Florence. She's trains here. She knows this place well. She's a big fan of Fiorentina Football Club as well. She would love to get the win here tonight. It's a loaded women's long jump field, but 6.79, a decent start for the young Italian.
Well, third attempt now for Olyslagers at 2 meters. The Australian. Oh, she's got it! I was just about to say, we'll be absolutely delighted anyway with her performance tonight, but it just got better. 2 meters. Well, we're seeing it not that often these days. World Championships, it was her teammate Elna Patterson who produced the new Australian record on 2 occasions and took the gold medal rather surprisingly, I guess. But Olyslagers here tonight in Paris clears 2 meters at the third attempt. Well, the very first round, Yulma Rojas laid down the mark, as she always does, and we thought we could be in for something pretty good, very close to 15 meters. It was actually just a very slight following wind, plus 2.1, but 14.91 in round 1. Then we had a couple of no jumps after that. She backed it up with a 14.86, and of course is leading the competition, but with Perez Hernandez with a new personal best of 14.87. So that's how it finished up, 14.91.
This is it then for Katie Moon, the Olympic and world champion, has had the gauntlet thrown down tonight. Murta cleared at 4.77. She had to pass 2 failures at this height. This is it right here. Katie Moon. Ah, she's done it. It stays on. Well, McCartney, who looked as though she was heading for the win early on, has had to stand by, watch Murta go higher, and then Murta thought, maybe I've got this. Maybe I've got the big win over Katie Moon tonight, but there she went. Katie Moon clears 4.82. Murta's already had 3 failures. Just gives it a rattle on the way down, but she knew it was going to stay there. So Moon will take the victory, and that is the best vault so far this year. 4.82, new world lead.
Miss Alicia Diamond League jumping first in the final round. Consistent series from Rojas, just that one foul in the middle. What can she muster with her final effort? Oh, that looks very close to her own world leading mark, 15:16. She did that just 10 days ago at the Central American Caribbean Championships. Rojas saved her best for last, 15:18. Adds 2 centimetres to her best mark this season. On top of the world, great on the board, just 7 centimetres. Characteristic low step phase there from Rojas, and you can see the second she finished, she knew it was good.
Proving all the way through the competition was Rojas and Iapichino. Remember winning in Florence in front of a home crowd, and then went 672, 674, 681, and then this 695. That is a new personal best, just adding 2 centimetres on to a previous best she set just a couple of weeks back. So Iapichino, the young Italian star, her mum, who is a world champion, taking the title here in Monaco. It was a very good competition in the end. It took a little while to get warmed up, but Iapichino and Davis Woodhall right towards the end, producing 2 very, very good performances. But it's Iapichino who once again wins the Diamond League and another personal best.
So Quenisha Burks, always good if you can hit a big mark in the opening round, and that looks very special from Burks. Wow. Now, was it good on the board? That looks very close to 7 meters. She gets the green light. The wind behind that, ooh, plus 3.1. That's a strong wind. And it was 698 for Burks. What an opener. And Yulimar Rojas, well, she took a long time to warm to the task in Budapest. Almost going out of that final, not making the cut. In fact, she only made the cut by dint of having 2 valid jumps from her first 3 efforts. One more than the next best. But make the cut she did, and she went on, of course, to take gold with a spectacular final round effort. Did Rojas. 3 times a world champion going into Budapest, 4 times a world champion now. She's the Olympic champion, she's the world record holder. And tonight, 15 meters in round 1, then 15:15 in round 4, a performance she repeated in round 6 to win very comfortably indeed. She had the longest 3 jumps of the evening, Rojas, to win yet again.
And this was round 5, and a brilliantly consistent sequence, 679, 674, 677, and here in round 5, looking for something extra special, and that was it. Adding a few centimetres, she wasn't sure to start with, maybe responding to the pressure of Koala with that 679, and she added another 9 centimetres, 688 in round 5, and there are final 3. Just to remind you, the best 3 jumps in the first 5 rounds go through to round 6 for the final 3 jump off, and they will jump in order in which they finished after 5 rounds. There's the top 3, Valletta, Koala and Bruma. Well clear, Tim, of the rest of the field. Majucic then, as Tim said, passed at 2 meters. This is 2:02, which would equal the world lead of Nicola Olyslagers. Yes! Oh! Now then, she's warming up here in Xiamen. Equals the best jump of the year so far. And you know, women's high jumping is in brilliant, brilliant shape. Patterson, okay, slightly disappointing today in this particular meet, but she was there or thereabouts in Budapest. Olyslagers as well.
As the bar nears the magical 6 metre mark in the men's pole vault, it's at 2 metres in the women's high jump, in Jaroslava Majucic with her first attempt. Very nice, Majucic. She's done 2:02 this season, equaling that world leading mark of Nicola Olyslagers of Australia. And Majucic has mentioned she'd love to try and attack the world record. The first stop might be her personal best that was set here last year at 2 metres and 5 centimetres. Majucic, first woman over 2 metres here.